Hello car lovers, driving the 2023 Honda CRV. This is the sport model. All new for 2023. What to say about this vehicle? The 2023 Honda CRV stands for Comfortable Runabout Vehicle. It is new for 2023, and this sport version goes for $43,440 in Canada plus all our taxes. Slightly retuned, the engine and transmission is basically the same, a 1.5-liter turbo that makes 190 horsepower and 179 pounds of torque. A hybrid is available in the top trim Touring. Fuel economy is impressive. 9.1 liters in the city, 7.6 liters on the highway. It does better than the smaller and less powerful HRV. The all-wheel drive system has been improved to be quieter and send up to 50% of the power to the rear wheels. There is in this vehicle a disappointing 7-inch display, but it is super simple to use. There is also heated leather steering wheel, 18-inch wheels, wireless charging, a non-premium sound system, and the excellent driving aids Honda Sensing. And that is it. It almost feels at that price it should be equipped like the EXL. Changes include improvements to body and chassis to improve driving refinement. It is certainly refined, and CRV makes short work of the daily grind. FYI, CRV is made in Alliston, Ontario. Honda doubled down on what they do well and did not bother with the rest. And I think that's the right way to put it. So basically, this CRV is made for the CRV owner, the current CRV owner, if I could say. I'm not sure they're going to go get many new customers with it, but we'll see. We'll start with the exterior styling, which is very conservative. However, you do get the benefits of that conservative styling. Number one, it doesn't draw attention to itself. Not a lot of people want that. Car reviewers underestimate that because they keep saying how boring the looks are of certain vehicles and people keep buying them. So clearly, our industry is off on that. And also, you have the advantage of this conservative design. That is to say, the rear trunk, it's not coupish, so it doesn't cut into the space. It's huge, that trunk. Big, really big. Speaking of big, the second row is big. Sitting here in front, it's very big. It's coming to a point where we're getting into the sizes of pilots of a few years ago, it seems. So that's the exterior styling. On the interior now, the interior is a mixed bag. This vehicle, tax in, is 50 grand in Canada. There's a lot of competition. These cloth seats, I must say, are extremely comfortable. Probably the best in the class. And I must say that the tissue feels durable. However, is it soft to the touch? Not really. And that's what I have to say about that. The engine transmission is equal or better to anything in the category. Good acceleration, good fuel economy, good everything. It's just, there's no flaws. It does make a slight bit of a unsavory racket off the line, like right here. And that's all I have to say about that. The quality of the materials are very good. No question. For the category, they're class average, if not a slightly above. And this reflects a little bit the new Honda Civic interior styling. There is, however, all this shiny black plastic. And what happens with this shiny black plastic is when you clean it, often, like if you're using it in a rugged environment somewhat, these things tend to get scratched up over time and they become less bright. So now they're all brilliant. It looks great. I'm not sure it's going to look like in 5 to 10 years, but that's another story. The digital dash is fine. This infotainment, although easy to use, I must say, is really small, low level, $50,000, borderline unacceptable, the lack of bling if you want. The climate control is above average in the Civic. Here, it's the same climate control. Once again, at this price, it is average. So Honda changing things up, increasing the quality, raising the price by a lot. It's a tough call to make, especially when you consider, for example, the Touring, which now has a hybrid, is more expensive than the mid-trim Venza. If you go out and buy that Touring hybrid without test driving the Venza first, I don't know what the heck you're doing. So that's what I have to say about that. As a mid-trim model, this Sport, well, I gotta say it's super quiet on the highway. It's really important for a lot of buyers. When Ross and I were on the highway, we were talking to each other, no problem, weren't raising our voices. We don't need to turn up the volume of the sound system to drown out that noise or to hear the music we want to listen to or the podcast we're listening to. So this is a good thing, right? I mean, this is high level, and of course you get that Honda reliability. Don't forget that when you're doing the purchase, right? Not everybody leases. Most people lease. Not everybody leases, and that comes to my broader point about this vehicle. If you're gonna buy this, first of all, it's not a buyer's market. Number two, those interest rates are so high, especially for Honda. I mean, every cent counts, right? When you're leasing, you're looking at what kind of my vehicle am I getting for the monthly payment, and you don't care about anything else. You don't care about the reliability long term. You don't care about all those things. So on the lease, there may be more interesting prospects. However, on the purchase, no question, this is a solid buy. The seats are amazing. So the Honda CRV is in a fight, right? And it comes well equipped, but the issue is its rivals have gotten so much better than they were, let's say, 5-10 years ago. And that's the question. So it's tightening up. The market is definitely tightening. It's the most competitive market in the world right now. And vehicles like this, don't forget, are precisely built for the Montreal Trail, right? It's becoming more and more difficult to have a compact vehicle in Montreal because of the Montreal Trail, because the roads are not upkept, because we know the story. We live here. So this category is here to stay, in spite of what some naysayers, some non-automotive enthusiasts would like. For people who actually buy cars, which is still most of us, which people who favor private transportation over public transportation, I mean, this segment is here to stay. And they're so convenient, and they're getting so much better. So Honda very good on that level, except I would say the competition is relentless. And those are my thoughts on the very good Honda CRV 2023, the expensive Honda CRV 2023.